Warning. This video blog or vlog may contain harsh language and opinions that are not necessarily in line with YouTube or its partners or affiliates. YouTube does not openly endorse the content of this vlog. All opinions are expressly those of RantingRamsay and do not reflect on the opinions or values of YouTube, its affiliates, or its parent or partner companies.
Greetings, Internet people. RantingRamsay here. This is actually going to be relatively quick, so I just wanted to point out something that I've noticed. Well, I can't really say that I just noticed it recently, but I saw examples of it on my most recent video. And it's just something that kind of bothers me, and I wanted to bring up that amongst the metal listening community, there seems to be this utter and absolute division where there's certain metalheads out there that like a specific brand or type of metal, and that's it, and anything else isn't metal. If it's not within their specific narrow scope of what they like to listen to, they go, "That's not metal," blah blah blah. And I don't know, it just seems to me like there needs to be some sort of understanding or possibly unity within the metal community. I mean, because, you know, like I said, even if you don't particularly enjoy a certain type of metal band, it's still metal, you know, so it just seems silly to me to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm all about metal, but those bands aren't metal, they fucking suck, blah blah blah." And it's just like, you know, relax. Chill. I understand that there's a certain portion of the metal listening community that still clings to the idea that it's an absolute lifestyle. You don't just listen to metal, you live, breathe, eat, sleep, shit, metal, blah, blah, blah. And the most extreme of these people seem to have taken it that means you have to be like, fuck everybody else all the time. And that's just a total and absolute misunderstanding of the general overall metal philosophy, which, as I've always understood it, is the general overall metal philosophy is, this pisses me off, so I'm going to say something about it. That's the general thing right there, is that it's a outlet of anger through music, and that's the basic point right there. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be anger. It's an outletting of some sort of raw feeling on the inside through a very emotionally charged form of music that can, through the use of rhythms and very primal modes like chord progressions and stuff like that, reaches a very specific part of your brain, you know, that kind of, like I said, to use the word again, primal, that it taps into that and activates that. And obviously, but I think the kids out there that think metal is all about saying fuck you to everyone and everything that isn't metal, or your specific type of metal, have really got just the wrong impression of what it's all about, that they're misunderstanding something in the equation. So the infighting amongst metalheads, that needs to stop, because it's just ridiculous. It doesn't help if you want metal to dominate the music industry. All the quibbling over semantics is not productive to the general welfare of the musical species, so to speak, metaphorically. But yeah, people just need to learn to relax a little bit when it comes to that kind of shit. That it really is just too darn intense of an argument when it really just doesn't need to be. Metal is metal, and if you don't like one type of metal, listen to another. There's no need to sit there and go, "That's not metal, it's not heavy enough to be metal, blah 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 blah." So you like the really heavy shit, you like the fucking down in the dirt fucking death metal, roaring, screaming, Cannibal Corpse-y shit. That's fine. I like Cannibal Corpse. I think they're fun to listen to. They amuse the shit out of me. I can't take them seriously, but they're really decent metal musicians. They do what they do well, and I respect that, but I can't take them seriously. And so, but that's just an example, you know what I mean, that people just need to learn to relax a little bit. If you don't have to take metal quite so seriously, yes, it is, when being performed well, it is a very serious endeavor, because you're trying to convey something relatively intense or important to you as a musician, and obviously the listening audience absorbs that because we have behavior like I've been describing. So if you're a metal musician, maybe you want to consider more responsibly what type of effect you're having on your listening base. But I don't know, maybe that's half the fun, because I know that in the times where I've been on stage, I definitely used my influence to amuse myself. So anyway, that's pretty much all I really wanted to say, is that, just relax a little, man. Metal is the shit. Everyone loves metal in some way, shape, or form, even if they don't know it, but there's no need to rail against other forms of metal just because you don't like them and claim that they're not metal. That's juvenile and asinine. So, I'm RantingRamsay. That's what I have to say about that. That is all.
Hey, did you get all that, man?
Douche.